Hey friends, and welcome to Self-Care Sunday. This week I am doing a henna treatment because the conditioning benefits are really great for my hair, and I hadn't done one in a while. I decided to stop them for a little while um, to see if it had actually started to change my curl pattern. And it did just a wee bit, not horribly, but it did change it. However, the conditioning benefits well outweighed the um, the little bit that my curl pattern changed. So what I'm doing right now, though, is I make this honey and turmeric mask. You guys that have been following me on Instagram, you know about this little scrub slash mask, and normally I mix it every time I use it in a little bowl, in this little bowl here. Last time I mixed up a lot, so I'm just transferring that over to a container that I'm reusing from something else, and I can actually make enough of the mask to sit in here, and I can just keep it in the bathroom. So that's what that is. Beyond that, excuse me one second. Beyond that, like I said, I'm doing a henna treatment. So last night I mixed up my henna powder. This is Reshma. I use Reshma henna powder. I'll put the link down below for the one that I used. And I added a combination of coffee because I don't want my henna to turn out super red. I want a little bit more, I want it to stay a little bit more natural. So brewed coffee and water until it got to a nice creamy pasty consistency. And beyond that, I added some oils. This basically is going to serve as a pre-poo for me. So I'm putting this on, and then I'm going to let it sit for about 3 or 4 hours throughout the day while I'm doing other things. But yeah, I'm using it kind of like a pre-poo, so I added oils as well. I added my fenugreek oil that I made a couple of weeks ago. Again, those of you who have seen the series on IGTV saw me make that fenugreek oil. I think I may be able to upload that here as well and make that, maybe. I'll see. I'm new to this YouTube thing, so we'll see. So I added the fenugreek infused oil, and that oil has olive oil and coconut oil in it. And then I added some castor oil, Jamaican black castor oil and regular castor oil. So that's what's in this mixture. And I didn't use I maybe used like a tablespoon of each oil. I didn't measure it, I just kind of eyeballed it. But the consistency is dead on perfect. Look at that. It looks so good and creamy. Not like you would eat it. Not like that, but it does look really good. So I am going to, y'all, I have had my hair in these twists for quite some time. It works out really well when you're staying at home. And it's going to work out really well for applying this henna mixture because it's already separated. So I'm going to go ahead and start on that, and I'm going to do one section at a time. Let's see. First things first, I do want to tell you guys, give me a second. I do want to tell you that if you're interested in trying henna treatments, you definitely need to cover your work surface really, really well. And you definitely need to cover areas of your body or of your head and neck that you don't want the henna to stain, because it will stain everything. You can use like Vaseline or coconut oil along your edges to take care of that. And I just lay a big, huge towel that I always use for this purpose across my sink so that everything is covered up, and I'll show you that in just a second. And that's pretty much it. Just try not to slap it on so it's flying everywhere, because whatever it gets on, it's gonna stain. The other thing, always choose henna that is tattoo grade. I don't know if that's what they call it, grade, but the same henna that they would use for tattoos, that's the henna you want because that's the pure stuff. That's what you want for your hair and your body. And that's it. So let's get going. Here is my setup for doing my henna treatment. Yeah, like I said, I'm using a towel that I always use for this purpose and that I don't mind getting henna all over. And I basically just cover as much of the counter as I possibly can. And that's gonna keep me nice and clean over there and no problems whatsoever. All right, so let's get started on application. I am going to just show you how I do the process. I'm going to show you in the back, and then I'm going to go ahead and speed up this video because you don't need to watch me do my whole head. So I'm clipping as much of the my twist out of the way as I possibly can. I'm going to start in the back. Here's one. Got one that's already done. I use my hands. And I also have a spray bottle available right here near me. The reason I have that is because you can't really, I have 4B and 4C low porosity hair. You can't detangle dry hair. At least I can, and if there's a 4C sister out there who can, let me know how you do it because I can't do that. It doesn't work for me. So here we go. You can see this. And like I said, I use my hands and the popsicle stick to keep stirring things. Make sure you wear gloves because, again, it will stain you. It will stain your fingernails. It will stain your hands. And I basically just rake the henna from my root to my tip. I usually put a towel down on the floor too, but the floor is not as bad. I can at least scrub that up pretty easily and pretty quickly. But so that's basically all I do. Can you see that? Make sure I get every strand coated. And then that one's done. And I'm going to go through and do that for every section of my hair. And I'm going to actually, as I do the sections, I can just twist them back up and clip them away. And that way, it's out of the way and I'm not redoing that same section. All right, so I'm going to get going, do my whole head, and we'll see how long this takes. Usually it takes me about, it's just like coloring your hair. It takes me about 30 minutes to do it. So I'm going to get going and get going on my whole head and get it done. All right, you guys, so here is an excellent example of detangling and applying the henna. So let me adjust a few things so you can see it a little bit better. Adjust. Okay, let's see. In the front, I had flat twist. So there was a flat twist here, this flat twist here. So I'm taking down the flat twist. All the other ones were just regular twists. I'm taking down the flat twist, and I hope you can see this. And as I take it down, I am going to run my finger through the piece of hair that was in the twist. Just running my thumb very lightly through it. So any hair that's going to shed is going to come out as I do that. And then I go back through and I pull things apart if I need to. Like you see there, I needed to pull something apart. But for the most part, I'm just sticking my thumb through like that. Sticking my thumb through. And that's doing my detangling for me. Now it's all, the twist is all undone. And I'm going to start applying the henna. Hopefully you can see my scalp there. I'm just feeling around right there to see. And basically just apply it as close as possible to the scalp. And then start raking it down the rest of your hair. So close to the scalp with the one large piece, actually this piece of hair, this section of hair, one large section. This section of hair I'm going to go ahead and just split into two because it'll just be easier on me. So start right here. Don't know if you can see it. Start as close to the scalp as possible. Close to the scalp as possible. Once you get it on the scalp, start raking. Use a lot because you want to make sure that you get it in there, in your hair, really, really well. Really well. And use the same technique that I used for detangling to get the paste all through that strand or that section, right? So I separate the sections and work it through. Not like shampoo, working it through, but just, kind of raking it down the ends of your hair. Detangle as you go the same way. If you run into tangles, pull it apart very gently or use your thumb to detangle the section. But you do want to make sure that it is well detangled because, you will lose a lot of hair if you don't make sure that it's detangled. And if it's not detangled, you're not going to be getting henna all over your strands, which is the whole point. Okay, so it looks like I've got it all. A little bit of more at the top for extra measure. A little bit more at the bottom. See, right there, I didn't really get that too well. So do a little bit more. I don't know if you can see it. You can tell where you got it really good because you can see it on your hair. And the part that doesn't have it just looks dry. It just looks like your regular dry hair, not like it has conditioner or color or something in it. So anyway, that's that done. Split it in two. And I suggest doing this if your hair is medium to long length. Just, twisting it up like this. Just to keep it out of the way and keep it from flopping all over the place. Let's do this other section. Keep it away, keep it from flopping all over the place. Keep it out of your face, off of your skin, all of that good. And then that's pretty much it. I'm almost done. I just have one section left and I will be done, you guys. Happy Sunday. So now I have my whole head coated. Here's what that looks like. I don't know if you can see all of them around. That's everything. Over here looking like Celie. You could just walk around with your hair out like this or just sit around with your hair like this, but it's messy, y'all. So what I like to do is cover up with a plastic baggie. And I'm trying to be gingerly because I don't want to get the henna all over my hands. After staying nice and neat and clean the whole time. So if you have those little plastic bags, shower caps that you get from the store, you can use that, plastic shower caps. Or I keep these plastic bags specifically for this purpose, you know, for when I need to condition, pre-poo, or do the greenhouse method. This is what I use. It's a great way to reuse things, and you know I'm all about sustainability at home. I actually don't usually get bags from the store. I use reusable bags, but right now, I had already had so many of them, and right now we get the regular bags and we just recycle them because I don't want anybody touching my reusable bags. So anyway, that's it. Henna. If I need to go out of the house, I will put on a scarf or a head wrap and I can go out still. This is going to stay on for about 3 hours, and during that time I'm going to do other things. Today is cleaning day as well, so I'm going to finish, well actually yesterday was cleaning day, so I'm going to finish up my cleaning while I wear this, and this is going to kind of really condition my hair really well. Of course it's also going to color it, but which is great. I mean, those look great. Y'all saw me like getting the little grays right there in the front, and I have a few right there in the middle. I made sure I got those. So anyway, that's it for hennaing my hair. If you guys have questions or comments or some other little hints or tips for me, leave them down in the comments, or shoot me a message. And thank you for joining me. Until next time, guys. Bye.